what it's like being a major league ball player. And we brought the man in, and we're gonna let him introduce himself to our Chicago audience.
Hey, what's going on? It's Jake Bauers.
Okay, so we got our youngsters watching you. Every kid's dream to play in the big leagues. You're in the big leagues. What's this big league experience been like for you?
Man, it's a dream really to get to play baseball for a living, but at the same time, I mean, it's pressure packed, it's stressful at times, and I mean, you gotta kind of find ways to deal with that and enjoy yourself.
Kids think you get drafted and you're in the big leagues the next day.
No, it's nothing like that. There was years of long bus rides, eating, Del Taco and Domino's, but it's you got to enjoy everything. I mean, it's all part of the process. It's all part of the journey. It's all part of the path. And I mean, the more you can enjoy it, I think the more you're going to look back on it and be proud of yourself.
So you talking like you know something about minor league life?
Oh man, I did my time. I did my time.
Okay, so how many roommates you had? I heard about Chris Sales with about 8 guys, and he jumped in the closet with Nate and some of them guys.
Yeah, the worst I had was in Fort Wayne. We had 7 guys in a 2-bedroom apartment. So you had 2 guys in each bedroom. I was sleeping on a broken futon in the couch, and we had a couple air mattresses set up in the kitchen just for whoever was floating in and out.
And Torrey Hunter told me about the peanut butter jelly and salami sandwiches.
I mean, yeah, you get to know a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, that's for sure.
So what's up with this younger generation coming along in the minor leagues? They don't know nothing about that stuff.
No, they're getting it a little better than even I had it, getting drafted 10 years ago. But I mean, that's the goal. You want to help the younger guys, right? You want to make sure they have it better than you had it, and I think we're doing a pretty good job of that.
I would always tell my guys, the only difference from the major league level, from college to high school and travel ball, is the game become quicker, the competition become better, you eliminate the ones that can from the ones that cannot.
Yeah, I mean, I think you said it. I think the speed of the game is probably the biggest thing that you notice going from level to level, and especially up here. I mean, there's times still where you go out and 9 innings go by and you feel like you blinked and you missed it, and you're 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts and an error on defense, and you're like, man, what happened out there? And I mean, so that's a big part of it. It's just being able to breathe, being able to slow everything down, maintain your focus, and making an impact.
And people think, they see you at the plate, they think it's that easy to hit major league pitching, but difference in college and high school, pitcher get behind and go throw the fastball. On this level, you still have to throw any pitch, any count.
Yeah, big time. I think even more so, you get to like 2-0, 2-1. Now it's almost, you might as well look for a slider because that's what you're getting. And I mean, good luck hitting it because a lot of them are pretty dang good.
So what about the psychological, mental part of this game?
Man, it'll eat you up if you're not prepared. It's there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot that goes into learning how to kind of separate yourself, right? Like, you got to have a baseball life and a home life. And the more you can separate those two, the easier time you're going to have throughout the course of a season. I think, it'll eat you up. It'll damage relationships if you let it. And so you got to be able to separate the two.
So, I've always told my guys you got to eat, drink, and sleep this game. So how do you separate it?
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, you got to be into it for sure. You got to be all in, but at the same time, you can't be upset about an 0 for 4 going home to your wife. You know what I mean? And kind of taking it out on her, or distancing yourself from your teammates away from the field because you're not playing well. Things like that. Because then not only is your home life going to suck, your life here at the field is going to suck too. And I mean, nobody wants that.
So who are some of the guys that you idolized when you were growing up as major league ball players?
I think Mark Teixeira was a big one for me. I feel like he was one of those guys who was in there every day. It seemed like, obviously I wasn't around it, but it seemed like he was doing things the right way. And, I really just liked the way he went about everything.
And playing in New York, I mean, it's a lot of mystique and history over here in the Yankee pinstripes.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's just another added layer of that pressure that we're talking about. So just being able to separate everything, man, going out, play your game, and, treat it like travel ball with the boys. That's kind of the way I try to look at everything is you're just riding around and you get to show up to a new city and play some baseball.
Speaking of that, when I did travel ball, a lot of comicalness, laughter
Yeah, I believe it.
on the teams. Does that happen in the big leagues?
Yeah, it can. It can for sure when things are going good. But I mean, when things are going tough, it's not always. It's not always, rainbows and sunshine. But I mean, at the end of the day, that's what you get paid for. You get paid to play. You get paid to figure it out, and you get paid to win games.
Well, it's fun winning. My players tell you, Coach wasn't happy Capital was losing now.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah. So, last two questions. I know you got to get ready. I mean, who was your first hit off of?
Felix Hernandez.
First home run?
Uh,
Oh, nobody forget those.
man, I can't remember his name. Sinker guy for the Blue Jays at the time. I can't remember his name, but I got a sinker over the plate and pulled it to right.
You got those balls?
Yeah, I got
you do
them.
with it?
Nothing yet. I'm trying to talk my wife into getting my jerseys framed and getting my balls all ready to be hung up on a wall or something. So we'll see if that happens.
So you make sure you get this picture with Coach, so you put me and you in the frame too.
Yeah. We'll get it in there. We'll get it in the office.
Last question. Every kid dream of playing in the big leagues. Get that call, you go into the big leagues, walk in the locker room for the very first time and see your uniform hanging up. What was that feeling like?
Ooh, a lot of nerves. A lot of nerves. I mean, you want it to go well, you want to play well, and that's a moment that you dream about when you're 4 or 5 years old. And so to realize that, and then when you get there, it's a lot, man. It's a lot to handle. A lot of emotions come up. So same thing, man. You got to breathe. You got to slow it down. You got to enjoy everything, enjoy the moment, and try and make the most of it.
Did you cry?
No, I didn't cry the first time. I didn't cry the first time.
Not the first time.
No, but this year for me, getting the call that I was getting back to the big leagues after being in AAA last year, I did break down just because it was such a long road, and I didn't know if I was ever going to get back and if I was ever going to get an opportunity to play here again. So this year for me was a little bit more emotional than the first time.
Did Mama cry?
I'm sure she did. Yeah, I'm sure she did. Yeah.
Coach, take your youngsters behind the scenes with the man for the Yankees.
Appreciate
it. Thanks a lot.
Nice talking to you.